I love that video. Welcome everybody. Welcome to this episode of Daniel's Den. We are live. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, along with LinkedIn. So thank you, LinkedIn community. I know that these live streams are new to LinkedIn, but we've been doing this for a minute. This is episode 351. Thank you for everyone joining today, tonight, this afternoon. But listen, I'm not going to be chatting too much. I want to slide right out the way and introduce you to a few amazing leaders within our Wealth Builders Worldwide community. We had an epic event, the Women of Wealth Builders, aka WOW, took over one of our live webinars last night, and it was very, very special. Now, it went on for a little bit of while, so that's why I said this is going to be a glimpse of that live event. It was beautiful hearing the success journeys of so many different individuals, so many different female leaders from all different ages. And I mean, all different ages. There's grandmothers, there's young adults, I mean, everybody in between. It was exceptional how Miss Sherry Brown, the Connect on Board, orchestrated this call last night. So once again, I'm going to pull up just a small few clips of yesterday. You need to get back with the person who's sharing this content with you so that you can get access to the whole video. You want to watch this from beginning to end. People were sharing of themselves, sharing of their life experiences, and why they're so thankful for the freedom that they're enjoying with Wealth Builders Worldwide, along with GS Partners, and thankful for the freedom that they are building and cultivating in their lives. Like I said, I'm not going to chat long, so let me go ahead and pull this up. I know my technology is going to behave very well, and this is going to be an excellent live stream to get you a glimpse of WOW, Women of Wealth Builders, as they discussed freedom from their point of view. The first glimpse of one of the speakers on our panel is going to be from Dr. Patricia Goodman. Take note of what she said. It was exceptional. Thank you for joining, Bruce. I see we have a lot of people. We're live on Facebook, we're live on LinkedIn, along with YouTube. So thank you for joining. So let me go ahead and cue up this short clip glimpse of Dr. Goodman sharing from her point of view about freedom. So hold on just a moment.
Change for his soul. As a seasoned citizen, I've learned through my struggles that I was not accessible. Even though I looked good on the outside, I had shackles, I had chains, and I was in bondage. I was not free until I heard Dr. Tabitha state, don't work on Monday.
And give me just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and fix that audio.
Don't work on Tuesday. Don't work on Wednesday. Oh, you'll be free. That means no job and no money. That's when that concept of freedom really hit it, my mind. It started with my mind. I had to elevate my mind and get myself together. When I became a part of Wealth Builders Worldwide, my understanding had changed about freedom. I worked for years at a mental hospital. And oh my goodness, I thought I was doing something. I had a state job, and I thought that was part of my freedom, showing them that I had longevity in working. I was faithful. I was loyal. I was consistent. I went to work every day. But guess what? I was not free. When I wanted to take my lunch break, they said you only got 15 minutes. When I wanted to attend a funeral, they said you only can go with your immediate family. If I wanted to take a vacation, you only got 2 weeks to take a vacation. I was not free. And I give God the praise because what Wealth Builders Worldwide showed me, the perspective of my freedom, I needed to have another vehicle that would allow me to put my money in a place and watch my money grow. And I came to the right place. He positioned me to meet Dr. Lakeisha McKnight. He allowed me to meet Mr. Matthew Taylor. He allowed me to build a family where I can grow and earn and learn. So that's what my perspective of freedom is being a part of something that's real big, that can change people's lives. I'm ready to change my family life. My dad is 85 years old, and all he knows is working. That's all he knew when he retired. And I watched him, and I said, wow, I wish I could do more for my father. My mother passed back in 2001, but now she can look down on me and see that I'm part of something that was already written in my book. I'm talking about the book in heaven. It's already written that I'm going to be free. I'm going to be in a position to help my family. I'm going to be in position to help my great nieces and nephew. I'm going to be in a position where I can dream real big. You know, this opportunity is just an experience that I don't want to forget. It's an experience that I want to continue to travel on because I want that word called freedom that I hear Dr. Ty Best talk about, that I hear Mr. Mike Dalco talk about. Freedom, being able to get up when I want to, being able to travel when I want to. Right now, I'm a caregiver, and don't get me wrong, I don't mind taking care of my cousin. I love my cousin, and I take care of her to the best of my ability so she could be independent and live on her own. So I'm here to assist her. Don't have a problem being a servant. Don't have a problem serving because God has blessed me with this gift. I want to be able to share this gift with others. I want to be able to share this gift with everybody that I come in contact with. I can no longer allow fear to paralyze me. I got to open up my mouth, what God has given me, and share with others. So that is my perspective of freedom. Hallelujah. I had to say hallelujah. Because if it had not been for God on my side, I don't even know where would I be. But he allowed me to be part of a community that's going to take me to the next level in him. And I'm not crazy over money. No, but I know it's a tool because he wants us to be distribution centers. He wants us to be able to help others. He wants us to be free. No more shackles, no more chains, no more bondage. I am free. And thank you for listening to me. This is Dr. Patricia Goodman. I'm here. I am a CIO, as I hear Mr. Dalco say all the time. Continue inspiring others. Love you all. God bless.
My goodness. That's just a glimpse. That is just a glimpse of one of the amazing speakers, leaders from last night that over, took over. And I'm telling you, we were ecstatic to hear from Dr. Patricia Goodman. And who introduced Dr. Patricia Goodman to Wealth Builders Worldwide? Who connected her to our Wealth Builders Worldwide family? None other than Dr. Lakeisha McKnight. So let's hear just a glimpse of what Dr. Lakeisha McKnight was mentioning last night during that amazing Wealth Builders Worldwide wow event yesterday, Freedom from the Women's Perspective. That was just, we are ecstatic to be connected to some amazing leaders, especially our wonderful wow women. We're very ecstatic. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and cue this up for us to hear just a little bit from Dr. Lakeisha McKnight, who introduced Dr. Gordon. Let's see, Patricia Gordon. Let's go ahead. Got that technology going.
Lakeisha McKnight, aka Dr. Cousin, has entered the fabulous 40s Club. I remember that club. Is the wife of wealth builder Keith McKnight, Crypto Keith, over 17 years, and is the mother of two children. By profession, Dr. McKnight is a full-time GS Partners regional director. Come on, somebody. Homeschools her two children and is an author as well as a John Maxwell certified speaker, trainer, and coach. Dr. Cousin became a wealth builder January 2016, baby. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Dr. Cousin. Come on in the house.
Wow. Good evening, everybody. Super excited. This is Sherry Brown. I mean, this call has been set up for something absolutely amazing. All of the previous speakers, you ladies out here are just doing it. Sister Yatera, I mean, I salute you for your determination, for pressing through and still being present, because leaders show up. Leaders know how to overcome when tough times arrive. And so I salute you for doing that. And so I just, from my perspective, everybody, listen, the other previous speakers have said so much. But let me say this. I want to speak to the Josephines. Let me speak to the Josephines for a moment. I know y'all probably like, well, who is the Josephine? Well, it's the female version of a Joseph. For those of you who are Bible scholars, just going to talk from that perspective and give you my story from that perspective. It starts with a dream. It all starts with the dream. Oh, why? You know, why did you connect with Wealth Builders Worldwide? Why did I connect with Wealth Builders Worldwide? I wasn't necessarily born in a wealthy family, but I always knew that a wealthy family had to come from me. I always knew that. And as far as my upbringing, you know, grew up in Jersey. Of course, I'm the cousin of Mr. Matthew Taylor. He's, of course, younger than I am, right? A couple of years. We always joke about that. And so for me, I did have experience in the workforce, and it wasn't always great. There were moments where I left and found myself at 11 cents. And I remember that moment, 11 cents in my checking account, 11 cents, knowing that I went to school for umpteen years. Many of you don't know that particular part, but I went to school, had formal education, like many of you ladies, right? Formal education, went to school undergrad. Undergrad was at Penn State, went to Norfolk State, went to Regent University,
all of this education, but yet no one told me about money. No one taught me truly how to have my money working for me. And so, and on this journey, continue on the journey, everyone. I did come in contact with my husband, and we're married now for over 17 years. And him growing up, no one taught him about money either. So here we are in this marriage, neither one of us knowing really about how to make money. We knew about the journey. We knew about the traditional setting of going to school, getting a good job, and all of that, what they called good. We're following that path that was taught to us by our parents. But we knew, just looking at them, they consistently had to go to work, retired, got back out of retirement, continued to work, retired, came back out of retirement, continued to work. We knew that that was a pattern that we did not want to follow. And so upon moving on my journey, I came in touch with some great individuals and connected with a sorority, during that time. And it was through that I had a desire to write out my story, write out books, and I was always a go-getter. So I published the first book, and I wrote the first book of mine in 2 days. 2 days, I wrote the book and published the book. And so that's a story in and of itself. But it was through the story that I published with the book that it opened the doors for me to be able to meet some great individuals and be able to travel and do quite a number of different things and meet great people like Robert Kiyosaki, like Dr. John Maxwell, and eventually coming in touch with the John Maxwell Company as a certified speaker, trainer, and coach. So yes, my upbringing, I was doing community service work and did that for many years. But what I found the issue of with doing that particular work was the livelihood for myself and my family rests in the hands of those who were unstable themselves. We're talking about mental health clients. So here I am with a family and leaving well-being of my family in the hands of those who had mental health concerns and wasn't always stable. So that was another problem. And then continuing on with the journey, right? Becoming certified as a speaker, trainer, and coach with the John Maxwell team. And so I enjoyed that. That gave me the opportunity, and still does give me the opportunity to travel to different places, different countries. And it was amazing being able to go to these different places and train women and entrepreneurs in the area of leadership. But then I reflected back. I said, well, God he had a conversation with me. It was like, well, okay, well, when are you going to train your kids? Here you are leaving your kids behind. Here you are leaving your husband behind, but doing all of this traveling, finding myself in hotels and in airplanes often. So my first ministry was to be inside of my home and being of support for my husband, right? And being able to train up my children. So knew that there had to be a better way. And my husband and I, we had this conversation many years back about me having that opportunity to be there with my kids full time, being able to care for them, being able to teach them. And that moment soon arrived. But how many of you know that when you begin to share that dream, then you have these obstacles and different hurdles that you have to overcome? Prepare for the obstacle, prepare for the mountains, prepare for the dream stealers. So you have a dream, be cautious of when you share the dream and who you share the dream with. Be cautious. There is a time and there is a season when you are to share that dream. And so different things begin to arise, getting different reports, health reports about, you possibly having this and having that concern and things being incurable. And so different health reports did come about. And that's when I developed this hunger to be able to learn how to pray. And that's another conversation as well, everybody. So understand that when it comes to freedom, from my perspective, yes, you do need to have a dream, but there's a time in the season for when that dream will become a reality, when it will manifest. But you do have to go through a period of developing. So develop is my second D in what I want to share. First the dream, then the process or developing period. Just like photos need to be developed, so do you, Josephines. You need to be developed as well. And so you do have to go through the process to get to where you're heading to. Don't get stuck there, but you do have to go through that particular process. We don't know, for example, what some of our leaders had to go through. We only hear bits and pieces of the stories along the way. Some people just see the final result. You may see, oh, Dr. Lakeisha, she homeschooling her kids, but you don't know what I had to go through to get to. And that's the same way with everyone here. So you're going to have a period of developing, but then how about that determination? I was determined to get to the next milestone, to get to that point where I can homeschool my kids. And eventually it manifested. I now homeschool, have been homeschooling for quite some time now, my two children, ages 6 and 9. I get to now teach them what my mom and what my grandmother was not able to do as far as teaching me about money and how to grow my money. Now I can teach my two children about money. I asked my daughter the other day, I said, what you want to be when you get older? She said, a business owner. I wonder where she got that idea from. She wants to be a business owner. She said it at the age, she's 6. She's 6 years old. So determined to be an example, ladies, Josephines, we have to be an example for our children and our children's children. And so freedom for me means partly that my daughter does not have to come up to ask another man or ask another woman, can I go to the bathroom? Can I go on vacation? She can do what she wants, when she wants, how she wants to do it, because she is free at the age of 6. And then you got to get to a point where you make up in your mind that you're going to dominate. Not dominate in the sense of controlling people, but dominate your path, focusing on your journey, what it is that you want to do, being your very best, being in your element. And I tell you one thing, I begin to speak those things out into my environment, into what it is I want to see. Do you understand that words create? And I begin to create my reality right now, saying that I'm going to be free. I'm going to be able to homeschool my kids. I'm going to be able to travel the world. I'm going to be a billionaire. You guys watch and see. Watch. I'm going to be, I am, not, okay, let me change those words. I am a billionaire. And that's what you got to begin to speak over yourself, over your children, right? Over just, your family. Speak that which you want to see. Say what you see until you see what you said. So I saw myself years ago being able to travel, being able to train and to be able to speak. I saw it. And now it's manifesting. Doors are opening. And if you're looking for doors to open for yourself, it can. As you begin to speak it, as you begin to see it with your foresight, you begin to see it with your natural sight and begin to dominate your space. Dominion. Have dominion in your space, in your lane. And as you focus in on your lane and as you dominate in your lane, then you will reach your destiny. Yeah, Joseph went through his process. He went into the pit, right? Got sold, right? For those of you who know, to the Midianites. Got to Egypt. He's like, what's going on here? Got thrown into prison there. He's like, what in the world? But God was with him. Just like for all of you, sometimes it may seem bleak and dark. Sometimes you have to go through the storms, go through different situations, and it looked like the dream is not going to manifest. But you didn't understand that the dream wasn't just for you. The dream is not just for me. Freedom is not just for me, but it's for those that are coming up with me, those that are coming up after me. I see us as, yes, the Harriet Tubmans, being able to call people, bring people out of darkness into the light. That's where we are as Josephines. We're called to do so much more. We have a destiny. We have you have something that we need to fulfill, a kingdom assignment. And once you come in alignment with your divine purpose, you'll be able to walk in that assignment. And that's where I believe that I am right now, and being able to do business with my husband, Crypto Keith, right? And being able to just teach our children and show them and be an example for them. That's what ultimately every woman should aspire to be able to accomplish. And so it is my desire, my heart to really serve more people, that brings me to this space. I just want to see more and more people free. So when I see and when I go out there and I share this opportunity online and offline, please understand that when I see and when I speak to an adult, I speak to the child that they may have. I speak to the grandchild that that individual may have. It's for them. It's not necessarily about where we are right now, this moment, but it's about the next moment and the next moment and the next moment.
Man, I have a saying that I always say, I want to be like Dr. Lakeisha McKnight when I grow up. And it's so true. That woman is powerful. I love her speaking style. Of course, like you saw in the introduction, she's come through some amazing training to cultivate and train and develop her gift. But point blank, period, if you are on this stream and you have heard about GS Partners, you've heard about what we're sharing, and you haven't taken action, get back with the person who's sharing this content with you. They absolutely have your best interests at heart. You heard two different perspectives, and there were 7 amazing leaders that talked last night. You want to get back with the person sharing this content with you so that you can hear the rest of it. Like I said, this is just a glimpse, and that short glimpse should be more than enough for you to get back with that person who's sharing this with you and say, listen, I need to get my free registration completed and I need to figure out all this other stuff. How are they creating additional income from the comfort of their homes? How are they doing that? Let me get this free registration knocked out and learn all this other stuff as I go along, because we're here to empower you. If you hear those two amazing women just pouring out of themselves, whew, it's going to trigger and pull something, ignite something that's already within you. So thank you for your time. Get back with that person who's sharing this content with you. If that person is me, you're watching this on LinkedIn. I'm not sure exactly why LinkedIn had some challenges with the video. So YouTube was available. I went ahead and put that link in there for everybody on LinkedIn. But go straight to y1income.com. Get your free registration completed. Learn and earn at the same time. Let's learn and earn at the same time. We have something in place where you just deposit money and let it work for you. I like keeping things simple, and this program is simple. Create wealth for yourself and generational wealth for whomever you concerned about, whoever you want to impact. You've heard from 2 amazing leaders, and trust me, like I said, this is just a glimpse, just a taste. You want to hear the full video? Get back with the person sharing this information with you. They'll share the special Vimo link, and there's other ways to connect to the full video also. So everybody have a good day, night, afternoon. We're live tomorrow at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. Our Wealth Builders Worldwide team has a lovely call called the Power Call. So I'm going to go ahead and show the graphic for that so you have that information. There's no password needed. You can actually jump on. It's right on Zoom, and we'll be here with you tomorrow at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time, sharing some motivation and inspiration along with our live webinars that happen multiple times a day throughout the week.